Hi, this is Kgmjam, owner of Pro Advertisers Club. Totally free site to advertise. Go to proadvertisersclub.com, join for free today, and start advertising for free. Okay, this is my very first stream. It's actually my third one. The other two, I was just learning how to do it, and I at least got it workable. I'm going to start streaming and talking about Veve, Splinterlands, DC Palm, NFT, HRO. Those are my main ones. I just love to talk about it. I can't find anybody I know anymore that wants to talk about it. I've been talking about it for so long. So I'm going to start streaming. Hopefully I can get some people on here to talk about it with me. I love to talk strategy. I can teach you the things I know about it if you're curious, or you can teach me something. But I'm going to try to stream regularly. And if you see me streaming, just jump on. And if not, I'm recording it. So there'll be a video to watch on my YouTube channel. Kgmjam is the name of it. And let's get started. I want to talk about, let's start with the Hive engine. Let's see if I can pull that up. I'm still learning how to use this. And I've got a very cheap Chromebook. So I might have to turn the background music off. I don't know if it can handle all this. And right now, I don't think it's not even working. Let's go try something else. Let's try the Golem Overlord. Yeah, I'm having a hard time even typing. Let's see if that works. And now let me get it connected, and then I can put up a screen for you. I would have already had it ready, but I don't think I can have more than 3. Okay, setting, present, share screen, and Golem Overlord, share. There we go. I think you can see it now. And if you happen to pop in and you can't hear me, just leave a message so I can, in the comments. All right, here we go. Let's see. Gaming, music. Yes, I can't even find it on my thing, so I don't know if I can mind being heard or not. But anyway, let's go over here to Golem Overlord. And what I was going to show you was the Hive engine and all the tokens that they had on it, just how big and complex it is. And this is just, I mess around with 4 of the games on it, but there's a lot more than that. That token page that I tried to open up, that was 100 tokens, and there was 1,000 of 1,014. That's how many different tokens and items are on that Hive engine that you can access. This is one of them, and it has on it the shard, the part, and probably some other things, but those are the 2 main ones. He keeps upgrading it, and it's not as complex as it looks. It's a lot of, if you first seen this for the first time, it can be kind of overwhelming, but it's not that complicated. But I can't even get it to open up. So let's see. I might not even be able to do that. I was going to go ahead and do my, but I can't do it. So that's not going to work either. This first stream is going to be a little bit of a nightmare, but I got to start somewhere, and it'll be good to do it on the fly. But let's go back to the main page here, and I'm going to share. Let's go look at let's try let's still go to Veve. Kind of jumping around here. That didn't work out like I was wanting it to. But I'm going to go to Veve Collectibles Statistics. Just type that in and you can get there. If you know about Veve, then you know what this is. And if not, it's on the Veve feed. And this is, I like to go and see what's going on as far as sales. And let's go to the stats. And this is the kind of things I want to talk about. So as we're seeing here, I got it on for yesterday, because if you go to live, see, I don't know if I'm going to even open it yet. Okay. So live right now, there's already been 314 transactions on it, 294 active wallets, gem sales of 2,572, and 4 mints. Okay, so let's go to yesterday. During the whole 24-hour period, they did $37,000. 1,404 active wallets, transactions. Now, what does this tell us that we're seeing? Okay. If you were here 2 years ago, like I was, I've been here since the very first comic book drop. I wasn't here from the first collectible, but I got an email from Marvel asking me if I wanted to join, and I got in on that first Marvel drop comic book. And I kid you not, and anybody who's there, you could buy the commons for $2. And for a little while, for a couple, I want to say half a day, maybe not that long, but you could buy the secret rares at $400, $300. Some as cheap as $200, maybe even cheaper. Within the next few weeks, that went up to $70,000 on the secret rare. And in the last 2 years, it's come down to 7,000, roughly. I think the last one sold for 8,000. But we're in everything's down. So, yeah, the NFT market's down 90%. Stocks didn't come down that much. They came down 60%, 50%. It is what it is. But if you see these numbers here, it's nothing like it was in the last bull run. And we've got a halving coming up with the Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is kind of, everything else follows Bitcoin. That's just the way it is. Bitcoin's the big daddy on the blockchain, right? And then you got the cryptos, and those follow the Bitcoin. And then you've got NFTs, which usually follow the crypto, because once the crypto people get loaded up on crypto, when those prices skyrocket, if that happens again, which we're expecting it to at this halving, then they have money to spend and they start buying NFTs, because crypto people know NFTs and they love NFTs. That's pretty much who you're seeing here. This is a weekly. These 7,000 people are active wallets. Let's go to the whole month. So in the last 30-day period, roughly 20,000 active wallets for gem sales of $2 million, 146,000. That ain't bad for a company that nobody even knows about. And I'm talking mainstream. We know about it. People who have found it and stayed with it. And, the crypto people know about it, but it's not mainstream yet. It's not advertised on Disney Plus yet. And I say yet because, and again, this is not financial advice. I'm a very, what's the word I'm looking for? I am not in the know of anything. I'm just the average guy who's fallen in love with this stuff. So whenever I talk about something, it's me speculating, me imagining, me guessing on what they're going to do. But getting back to this right here, okay, you've got some of the best IP that Disney's got on the Veve platform. And as far as them saying they're going to put it on Disney Plus, they never have. But since every single one of these transactions, they make 8% on or 6%. I forget. I think it's 6%, 6.5%. Every time there's a transaction, they make money. That's the beauty of NFTs. That's why companies like NFTs, the smart contracts, and they're going to be able to make money forever on this stuff, and be selling new stuff at the same time. Every time they drop an NFT, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if they get any of that drop money. It might all go to Veve. I don't know, but let's say they don't, or let's say they get a percentage. Then they get money every time that item is resold in the market, in the secondary market. And anybody who knows anything about sales, that is a dream come true. Because in the physical world, when you sell Winnie the Pooh stuffed bear, that's the last time you're going to ever make a dime off that Winnie the Pooh. Because it's going to go home, the mom's going to get tired of it, put it on eBay. So eBay will make money off of it, the person selling it will make money off of it, and it will sell 1,000 times. Disney will never get a dime of that 1,000 sales. And that's just an example. But with NFTs, every time that NFT of Winnie the Pooh sells, they now get a percentage of those 1,000 sales. And multiply that, look at that. Just last month, there were 66,000 mints. That's new. These are new NFTs being minted out of the store, from old drops that didn't sell out. And this only gets bigger and it only gets better. You would not have Veve or Disney dropping or giving their IP if they didn't have bigger plans. I just can't imagine they would. Now, could this all go to zero and Disney just disappears, or just doesn't do anything else with these NFTs and they're nothing but collectibles? Of course, that's always a possibility in any kind of speculative market. But if you like to collect, then okay, who cares, right? Except you want to be able to keep your NFTs. And right now you don't get the keys from these NFTs right now. They hold them for you. They're still NFTs. So there's two kind of NFTs now. I'll go ahead and say it. There's the ones that you can move around from one platform to another, and there's ones you can't. And on Veve, right now, there are ones that you can't. It won't always be that way because it's up to the IP or the license, Disney, for example. If they don't want it to move around, it's not. But they did say, and I haven't found this in writing, that if they do say the worst thing happened and the platform collapsed, they will make it so that you can move it to another platform for that IP. So like say Disney said, Veve, we want to quit the platform and we want to pull all our NFTs off. From what I understand, they can do that. I haven't found it in writing yet, but the owners of the Veve platform have said so much of that, and so you just have to take it for their word, I guess. But anyway, I'm getting off track here. So if anybody's been around the NFT market, everything's down and a lot of companies have gone out of business. Perfect example is Record. Record, they were supposed to be the Veve killer, and not only did they not put a dent in Veve, they are out of business. And I bought 2 NFTs off of Record, and I'm glad that's all I bought. And one was the Star Trek Enterprise ship. I think I paid $150 for it. And then the other one was the Record pass, which you had to buy anyway. And I paid like $100, I think, for that pass. I'm not positive. And some people were paying as much as $1,000 before I got in late on it. But anyway, make a long story short, they went out of business. In fact, they never did much of anything with any of their IP. So we were allowed, though, to pull those NFTs off their app. And I sent it to my Coinbase wallet. So at least I was able to keep my NFTs. And what am I going to do with them? Well, right now I'm just going to sit on them because they're a part of history. People are trying to buy them off of me. I'm getting offers, and Coinbase Wallet allows that. And every day when I log in now, I got people, they want to offer me $10, $20, whatever. But they could be, as far as a collectible, highly collectible in the future, because um, they're a part of history. And there's not a whole lot of them, and there's going to be a lot of people who don't pull those off. So those NFTs as of yesterday, if you didn't have them off by yesterday, they were gone forever. So let's say half the people didn't pull them off. I could very well have half that amount. So what I have that's very rare is even more rare. Let's say hardly anybody pulled it off. Then I got, say everybody pulled it off. So what? It was rare in the first place. But anyway, that was a good sign for the industry that you could be able to do that, because that's what people really care about in the crypto world and the NFT is, hey, if I buy these NFTs, can I move them and put them in my wallet? Can I put them somewhere else? Are they safe? Because I don't trust you. And that's really the draw of crypto, Bitcoin. They don't trust the banks. They don't trust the monetary system. With this stuff, it's all transparent. You can see everything that goes on. And it's because you can't do anything without it going on the blockchain. That's the beauty of it. So if you move it, you mint it, you sell it, it's on the blockchain. And anybody, if you know how to do it, and it's not that hard. I don't kind of understand what I'm seeing when I go there, and I don't have it up in front of me here, but you can go to the blockchain, depending on which one it is, and look up the block on what your transaction happened at, and you can see exactly what happened. Okay. And so for people who don't trust banks, crypto is the answer. But the problem is there are a lot of crooks in crypto too. So as you know, a lot of people are getting ripped off all the time. You got to be careful. But Veve's been around for 3 years. They're selling out almost every drop until recently, because it's been rough as far as the bear markets. But they still eventually sell out. They used to sell out in seconds. Now it takes them a day or two. And there's some that still got maybe after a month. But what they've been doing is burning some comics and some collectibles that just haven't been selling, to burn them, which rewards the people who bought in early, because then they have even less mints and more rare. Now they don't do mints in order. So let's say they have 10,000 mints and they don't sell out. They have 5,000, so they burn 5,000 to get rid of the last 5,000. You might be burning number one if it wasn't minted, or number 10,000, or it's not in order. So that's kind of different than the other platforms. But anyway, so Veve is very strong as far as NFT markets go. You can go on Immutable X, you can't see any of their data. You can't see. You can see the sales, like they'll let you see that, and their token OMI isn't even on any exchanges yet. So when it pops, it's and again, this is not financial advice, but there's a good chance if you're in the right position, you're going to do very well. I don't own any OMI because the only way to get it is such a pain in the ass that I'm just waiting for it so you can get it directly on the platform. And hopefully, or if you can get it through like Coinbase. But because they're not on any mainstream platforms or markets, it's just too much of a aggravation to get it. But OMI is way under the radar, and it makes the tokenomics on it look awful. So when they, and if, I do believe they will, when they take off, it's going to be incredible. It really is. Now we had a little sample of it back in a couple years ago, year and a half ago, but when the first bull run, everything skyrocketed, okay, and went up about 90%, and then it came back. It slowly deflated to 90%. If you sold at the top 2 years ago, you made like a bandit. But I was a holder, a diamond hand, whatever they want to call me, an idiot, and I never saw this coming, so I watched it piss all the way down, um, and now I'm just hopefully waiting. So I'm pretty much back even to what I got into it. So I'm a lot luckier than other people. There's stories of people mortgaging their houses and doing all sorts of crazy shit, but I know some people have gotten hurt very bad from crypto, but so have they in the banks and any place else. That's true about anything. Um, my first few streams, if I don't have anybody, I'm basically talking to myself, but it will be restreamed on YouTube to be watched at any time. But what I want to do with this platform is I want it just to be pure Q&A, and you log in, check in and ask a question or give an answer to somebody else who's asking a question, and maybe invite John to talk and build this. But I want this to be an additional thing to. There's a lot of people out there talking about this. Randy, the real Randy Chavez, has got a channel. He live streams all the time. He'll sometimes do 10-hour marathons. Then you've got My Collectibles. Both these guys do Q&A after they give you some updates on the market. Both very highly recommendable. Then you've got Veve, who pretty much is a Q&A guy, and he'll sit and talk for 3-4 hours sometimes. Those are the three main ones that I pretty much watch all the time. But what I pretty much want to do is just do a Q&A, and then help anybody who wants to learn more. And at the same time, there's still a lot I got to do to learn, because this stuff is just incredibly overwhelming. And I don't even know if it's not even, I don't think you've been able to see this screen the whole time. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I didn't present it. Let me pull it up. Share screen. I thought I had done this already, but I guess I didn't. Share. And there she goes. Yeah, okay, there it is. That's the screen I've been trying to show you this whole time. So if you're still watching the video this long into it, let's go to live. Today, and my computer is a cheap Chromebook, so it stalls any little bit of action. So let's go to, this is Today Live. I think it's like 8 o'clock at night. It switches over. And then you've got the, you can do yesterday's, but I want to see what's happening right now. So let's go to live. If I can get it to, there's that. Okay, view all. And here we go. And let's do, I like to check out the secret rares. And let's do the collectibles first. Already tonight, they've sold 2. This is the price. Things are cheap right now. Anybody who's just now getting into this is almost getting in just like at the prices that we did. In fact, cheaper because let's go look at the comics. There's only, oh, there's been quite a few. Strangers Academy, 2 of those. Spider-Man 42. Amazing Spider-Man number 4. That's the biggest sell. Okay, well, that ain't bad. See, the pictures can't load. I might have to get, if I'm going to stream, I'm going to have to get a more powerful computer. That's all there is to it. There they are. Now, I got this one on the drop, Secret Rare, and I haven't sold it. I'm going to hang on to it, but they just sold that one at $1.65. But I think I paid, it was $6.99 for the drop. That's why, even though the commons, uncommons, and even the rares can drop below the drop price, maybe the rare goes for $5, you can still get a ultra rare or a secret rare and do pretty good if you want to flip it. But these are, I'm kind of long term, I'm kind of collector, and so I'll probably sit on that for a while. But these are prices that, like this one. This is going for $69 right now, this secret rare. But it at one point was going for over $1,000, during the last bull run. And let's see. So as usual, they're still selling, and you can just, by looking at this is what I like about it. It's transparent. In the physical world, you don't got this up-to-date data and to find out really what's going on in the market. And guys, we got 20,000 people that are using this right now. Imagine when it gets into the millions. And that's why I was talking about Disney Plus. Now you're Disney, right? And you're going to drop. Let's go to my NFTs. And I'm going to show you something. Okay, that's gone. You close it. My NFTs. Okay, there she is. Now, I've already explained about the attraction to companies for NFTs. Because it connects the physical with the metaverse whole thing, where after selling the physical one time, Disney won't ever make any more money off of it. The eBay will and other platforms. But now they got a 6% attached to this NFT, which, let's say you got a Winnie the Pooh doll. They make an NFT out of it. Okay, so the initial buyer will have the doll, the physical doll, and get a code that they can go in and put it in and get the NFT, right? The market, the secondary market, let's say it goes for $10. Say they bought the doll for $10. They sell the NFT for $10. So they got the doll for free. Disney doesn't care about that because what they care about is they got 6% of her $10. Okay, so that's 60 cents. Well, what's what be? That's not a lot of money. It is when it's millions of them, day in and day out. When they're minting 50,000 new NFTs, that is, as the busier the market gets, the more money you're going to make. And that's not even without adding any utility. That's just the collectible part. People want to buy, they want to own. So let's go. This is my NFT tracker. You can see just what I'm talking about. Get it over. See what's going on here. Okay, it opened up. Good. But it won't let me scroll. I guess NFT tracker is more. No, I can't get it to open up. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I was hoping I'd be able to show pages. There it comes. Here's the kind of information which ones have jumped the most, which ones have dropped the most, the cheapest. So right now, let's go to. It's going to take some more time. I got to open that up. Why did that keep going off? I keep losing it. Oh, because this is a new page. Hold on. Share screen again. There you go. Share. There we go. Okay, now you should be able to see it. We're looking at my cheapest NFT. Not my personal. But anyway, these are selling every day, as I showed you on the Veve statistics, on the Veve feed. So let's look up well, this is a mixture of everything. So the cheapest you get are $1.16 for a comic book. Now, most people paid $6.99, but these are the rarities. You're going to get a common, uncommon, ultra rare, and secret rare. Okay, so each one is minted less and less. So like the secret rare might have 250 minutes, and the common might have 6,000. And right now, because of the prices, it just plummeted. So you can get, if you don't do the drop at all, you can just get them for the same price. You get about, almost 5 of these and have this issue. But they're limited, they're numbered. And right now, everything that Veve drops on their platform is first appearances. First something. It's either the first issue, the first appearance, both. Every comic has some kind of significance to the history of comics. And they have dropped some grails. I mean, some really, like Spider-Man #1. And you can get that right now for like $10 because there's 48,000 of them. Now, when they first started, they'd sell out 48,000. And as the bearish market kicked in, they started to decrease the mint number, and to the point where now we're doing as little as 3,500. The price is sometimes for a grail would be $20. Like Hulk #1 just dropped. They wanted $20 for that, and there was only 10,000, I think. When the bull run starts again, those will be so extremely limited that, especially when it goes mainstream. And let's get back to Disney Plus. So anyway, why would Disney Plus advertise this on Disney Plus? Why would they advertise Veve? Because they get a percentage of every sale for the rest of eternity. Okay. So you buy this comic here, from what you paid, say you paid $1.16, Disney gets 6%. The guy who gets it sells it for $5. It goes up. He sells it for $5. Okay, let's say it stays the same price. Say 10 people sell it for $1. Every time it's sold, Disney got 6%. 6%. Forever. This comic can sell a bazillion times. Each time it sells, they get 6%. Now, Disney just dropped, or not Disney, but Veve just dropped the first comic book to ever have a physical and the NFT come out at the same time. Let me see if I can pull that up. They just dropped it at the New York Comic Con, right? So Addiction. And that pops up. I don't know why that opened up. Okay. Let's see what happens. But anyway, the okay, there it is. The what was I saying? So they're every 6% every time it sells. So anyway, here's the first at Comic Con at New York. They dropped it at New York Con, whatever it's called. Anyway, there's 5 editions. This is not a Marvel or Disney comic book. The guy did it with Veve. But the beauty of it was you bought the comic and you could go online and buy the NFT. Now, they aren't connected yet. but they both came out at the same time. Eventually, what I think they're going to do, and again, this is just me thinking, and I'm not at the round table. I have no idea. I can't guarantee this, but the logical thing would be when you buy, because comic sells, physical comic sales suck. They're absolutely in the pits. There's been a lot of reasons, and we can go into that, but think about it. They're going to start selling comic books that come with a code for an NFT. Again, this is just me speculating. So you buy the comic, you get the NFT. It will probably should match not just the print run of the NFT, but the comic book. So they're going to say physical comic books have the code in it, and then every one we print after that will not. So they'll immediately sell. That's even if one comic book collector didn't want to buy that comic. And why is that? Because 10,000 NFT lovers will buy that comic. So now you've got two groups. But let's think of some of these. So let's say the physical comic book people buy 5,000 and throw away. Have only 5,000 comics left for the NFT people to buy. Which means, because they'll give you a time when that code will expire. So you have like 6 months to cash it in. So 6 months, there's only 5,000 of the 10,000. So now the NFT holders have become even more rare. There's so many things they can do with this. So many different ways they can put pressure on the sales of these comic books. And once that catches on, once people know that and understand that, ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. Now for collectors, it's great. It's good for everybody. It's because you got 5 different, and on down. This will be for the, but they're all collectible. So you want somebody who wants to get all 5. You got somebody who just collects the commons, and vice versa. Maybe the super rare. And then you got the mint numbers. There's some low mint number, like 1 to 100 or whatever. And then you got people who collect the mint number. Maybe they only collect the mint number 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've taken a physical product that had one buyer so you might actually have 10 different people going after this one physical comic for 10 different reasons. Think about that. You just increased your market size. You increased the group that wants to buy this comic tenfold, maybe, if you know how to do it. And trust me, if there's anybody who knows how to do it, to squeeze out. They've been doing it for a very long time. So that's what I see coming with the comic books. And they've already done it with the physicals. Okay, you bought a Funko Pop, just teamed up with Marvel to do Iron Man, Tony Stark. And then they did it with Veve. So when you bought the collectible, you got it in the mail. And when you open it up, there was a code inside there. And we put the code on the platform of Veve. Now you got the NFT. They sold out 3,000 of them. 3,000 collectible toys. They sold out. It's the only one to ever do so on Funko Pop in the Gold Series. And guess who did it? It wasn't the Funko people. It was the NFT people. So Veve was able to bring their customers in the Funko Pop, who would have never probably bought a Funko Pop or that particular one, because they did, because it had the NFT. So now, let's say 90% of them are NFT Veve people. They now are selling the physical thing because they don't want the physical to the Funko community. That's all they want, and they're paying 3, 4, 5 times as much sometimes on that physical. But if you, they were $150 a piece. So if you got the collectible for 150, you could sell the NFT for 150 or try or 75 and either get some or all of your money back. And the longer they hang on to them, now the code ends like in December, I think, or a year, 6 months. Nobody's really been able to nail that down. So if, because you got Funko people who don't like to open boxes. If you don't open the box, you can't get a code. Now I'm sure there's professionals who can open a box and close it back up, and you never, I don't know, maybe. But that now you're talking fraud if they do that. But that code might never get used. So out of that 3,000, how many Funko people are going to buy the box and not want to open it, because that's what a lot of Funko people do. They don't. They're not toys you play with. They're not they're collectibles. Something you just put up on the shelf and invest in, basically. So Disney, all companies are going to eventually start doing that. You'll go buy groceries, you're going to get an NFT. You're going to go buy a car, you'll get an NFT with it. You're going to go, they're already doing, Veve's already doing it with clotheslines, clothes. They did it, Louis Vuitton, what's the name of that company? I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm not a big clothes guy, but I'm telling you, shoes, sneakers, groceries, houses, and I'm not saying Veve's going to be doing all that, but the NFT market is going towards the physical market like a freight train, and it's already there. People just really don't understand it or care about it, or it's not mainstream yet. So let's get back to Disney Plus. So Disney, the bottom line is Disney wants to sell not just new comics, but they want to make their existing comics more valuable. And how do you do that? You couldn't do that with the physical comic. You could do it one time and that was it. With these comics, they can add utility. It's up to them. They could do it every year, every month, every day. But what that would do is make the comic more valuable. It would sell more. And so imagine you got 200 million people on Disney Plus right now. And when you open it up, there's a little Veve. Right here's the Veve, right here on the comic book. They've only got them. She's a little shit like this makes us go crazy, because why did these two comics got the Veve logo and these don't? And they have a red Veve logo and a blue Veve. You gotta try to think out. But make a long story short, so you see one and you click on it and it takes you to the Veve website, so that they can sell you comic books and collectibles and whatever else. Maybe by that time they're selling you the movie in a digital. When you buy it, you get the NFT and they'll mail you the DVD with all this extra added stuff. And you don't open that movie as an investment, you sell it time and time again. Same thing with the NFT, the movie NFT or Disney Plus. Again, I got no proof they're going to do this. I got no proof they're going to do it with Veve, but it would make sense if they did. Maybe they can. I don't know. Who knows what the regulations are. But anyway, so you're watching the Avengers movie or the Hulk, and while you're watching it, the Veve thing pops up, little logo flashing, and it says, "Go to Veve the next," whatever the utility they want to put on it. Imagine being able to do that to 250 million people and growing. It's unlimited to what they're going to be able to do with this stuff once they get it all implemented and running. It's not mainstream now, So a lot of people don't see it, just don't care about it. Those of us who do are in early. You got to be careful you don't go bankrupt trying to, you know, just collect. If you just collect, you'll be okay. But if you try to invest, you could be in trouble because I'm not so positive we'll make this next bull run, which is coming up here in the next few months with Bitcoin halving. There's a chance that the NFT could. There's so many factors involved, but don't assume if Bitcoin goes up, the NFTs are going to go up. You get in trouble that way. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But at the same time, you can get some good deals on like X-Men #1, the real comic. You can read them. You can put them in AR, which is it's called. You can take a picture of yourself holding it. You can read it in AR. It doesn't have the advertisements in them like the real old comic book, but they're not. And this is hard to describe. So they're not copies. They're not facsimiles or anything like that. They're legit first printed NFT comic books. And when people understand that, they're starting to see more of the value in collecting them if you're an investor. As far as if you just like to read them, well, you can do that on Marvel Plus right now. Marvel Unlimited, which is a comic book platform where it's digitalized comics, but you can actually buy them, but they're not NFTs. There's no smart contract in them. You can't sell them. You can download them. You can do all, whatever, but you can't move them around and there's no smart contract built into it. Thus, probably they've already kind of combining those two. It doesn't appear in Marvel Unlimited yet, but it will. I have talked to comic book people, and I show them this stuff, and they just look at you like, "Why the hell would I waste my time with comic book NFTs? I want the real comic book." You're going to be able to get both eventually. You already can. You can already own Spider-Man #1 in the real world, and Spider-Man #1 in the NFT world, metaverse. So, anyway, I have not gotten anybody to watch. If they have, they didn't stick around or leave a message. And I'm still just experimenting. But if you come across this video, put the notifications on. And this is the kind of stuff I want to talk about. I want to hear ideas. Maybe you know something we don't. I want to hear your strategies. Maybe you're new to it and you just want to know how to do something, and you'll be able to do all of that here. So I'm going to shut down now. Please like and subscribe, and have a wonderful evening.